If I think about what's been happening in the claims function right the way across the industry over the last 10 years or so, we've seen a huge amount of investment, a lot of technology change, but not necessarily a lot of improvement in the overall performance. And most of the players in the industry are facing massive challenges. One, as customers, our expectation of service and the way that we're going to be managed and treated through any given process has fundamentally changed, and insurance hasn't kept up. And given the role of claims in delivering on a promise that's made at the point somebody buys insurance, it's a real challenge for insurers to move from kind of historic legacy place that they were operating to much more of a digital world. The second thing is the whole industry is going through digital transformation, and when KPMG really stood back and looked at everything that was happening, we felt the combination of ourselves and a partner such as 360Globalnet was going to be, frankly, market leading in the way that we can support clients and insurers right across the world in terms of transforming and changing the way that they work and the way that they operate. So the real power of the alliance and the combinations of the two organizations is 360 are bringing tremendous technology, tremendous capability. But what's more important, frankly, is also the real understanding of the claims business, the challenges of the value chain, of the supply chain that needs to be managed and orchestrated. And when you look at the capability of 360 Site View, 360 Retrieve, and everything that team brings alongside everything that we bring as KPMG, as strategic and transformational advisors, it's just a really compelling alliance for both parties. We have an ambition to grow by more than $100 million in terms of our practice in the claims transformation space. I think that ties really nicely with the ambition for 360Globalnet to really take their capabilities and their solutions worldwide. And given the reach that we have and the capability they have, it just felt really, really comfortable. On a personal level, the team are fantastic, very responsive, very agile, and makes it very easy for us collectively to find the right way to engage clients, go to market, and ultimately win mandates with our priority clients. I mean, some of the main challenges that we see are, one, insurers really being able to compete in the delivery of an excellent customer service, excellent customer experience at the point of claim. It's highly variable, it's very slow, it's pretty painful, and more importantly for the insurer, it's also very inefficient and costly. So the second challenge is, how are each of these insurers going to compete when, from an efficiency and an effectiveness point of view, they've got tremendous legacy challenges, they've got very complicated processes, they've got long cycle times to make changes. These things are significant issues for insurers, and they're really struggling, frankly, to face into that. If you overlay then the regulatory environment, the requirements for compliance, the cultural challenges of engaging the workforce and making sure that you've got the intellect of your people, the skills of your people being directed towards the right things, there's a huge amount that really needs to change. What I think's really interesting about the 360 solutions and the way that we see the claims function evolving over time is it needs to be much easier, much simpler, much more agile, quicker to be able to test, refine, and then continuously improve the process, the experience for the customer. And in order to do that, you have to rethink who needs to be involved and the role that they're going to play. You have to shift the emphasis from traditional technology-driven change to much more business configurable changes that can be made real-time at the front line, and that then enable the customer and, frankly, the claims handler to have a really interactive, really seamless experience with one another. I think the power of that also then starts to play out with things that people don't traditionally think about, which is the ability to better manage the indemnity costs, the ability to better manage the fraud, the ability to gather more data more quickly, more effectively, and for the customer to feel much happier and more in control of what's actually happening to them as they go through this claim experience. They don't want to be dealing with an insurer. They don't want to be dealing with having to make a claim because it means something's gone wrong somewhere. We don't make it easy, but I think that's the opportunity that we see, and that we really are already starting to demonstrate to our clients through using the combination of the technology and the transformation capability that we bring. I mean, I think the technology and the services that 360 are bringing are significant. I mean, there's a lot of kind of hyperbole about new technology. I truly believe, having done a lot of due diligence across the market, that what we're talking about here is a real game changer for the organizations that will use it and the customers that will be a recipient of it. So if I think about the ability to seamlessly orchestrate a claims experience from the point of first notification of loss through the supplier network, through the repairer network, back into the organization, and everybody being able to see on a single digital record what's happened, when's it happened, how's it being managed, that will only accelerate the ability to make the right decision. It will only accelerate the customer's experience, and the evidence is already there. We're seeing massive improvements in net promoter scores from clients because of the fact that they've got this real easy, interactive, intuitive way to engage. So the 360 Site View solution, coupled with all of the other tools and the data analytics capability, it's just a really compelling package that then you can put into an organization and then put all of the supporting infrastructure and frameworks and ways of working around it. It's a really good question. We've spent a lot of time, frankly, trying to understand what we think the true size of the opportunity is in the claims market. But if you take any number of data points, the amount of money that's been spent on technology in claims over the last 5-10 years, the amount of money that is spent every single day by claims functions in terms of operating expenses, indemnity costs, you're talking tens of billions of pounds. And we believe that you can make a significant inroad in both the costs, but also the amount of investment that you need to spend to get after some of those costs. So for us, ultimately, we think that this is a $1 billion opportunity for our firm and for the Alliance. We think that is a realistic opportunity over the next 5 years because of just the sheer number of players that are involved in the claims value chain and supply chain, whether it is the direct insurers, whether it is some of the outsourced providers, whether it is some of the platforms that might want to use some of the capability, whether it's loss adjusters, whatever it is, everybody is trying to deal with the complexity of the claims experience. And everybody is trying to find a way to put more control back into the hands of the business. If you look at the capability that we're talking about here, I think it's not necessarily, is the market big enough? It's definitely big enough. It's frankly how quickly and how effectively you can get after those opportunities on a market by market, geography, a segment of the industry basis. It's just enormous.